I can't remember the last time I looked at any of my policies, including like my car insurance, anything along those lines. But as a dentist who doesn't ever want to have to use his malpractice, what are some of the things you know that I need to pay attention to, dentists maybe you've spoken to who in hindsight look back and said, I really wish I knew?
One thing that I always say to dentists when they're evaluating their buying decision is that they have to look at the consent provision and consent to settle clause within their carrier's contract. Essentially what that is doing is allowing them to be a partner in their defense.
I understand a lot of dentists may think settling's easy, I'm busy, I have a lot going on, but what's a reason I don't want to settle?
An insurance company naturally is going to want to settle a lot of these cases, right? Because it can keep expenses low and then just get the case out of the way for them. But you as the dentist didn't deviate from the standard of care. You have your patient's best interests at heart, and ultimately this mark is going to be with you for the remainder of your career, which can affect you with your reputation and your community. It's going to make it more difficult for you to get insurance, things like that. So it's really crucial that you have a say in the way things are handled.
You make it sound like I don't always get a say. How do I make sure that I do get a say?
MedPro believes that dentists should be a true partner in the defense of their case and be in the driver's seat. And that's why we have what's known as pure consent within our contract. What that simply means is that we cannot settle any case without the written consent of our insured.
So is that the industry standard?
So unfortunately, no. There's a number of different words and verbiages that can get thrown into contracts that can dilute their consent to settle clause. And in some instances, it's too late for the dentist. They didn't even know it was there until the carrier settles it on their behalf. Asking your agent, broker, whoever you're working with to get access to the policy to show you the actual piece of paper with the exact express language is critical. And if they're trying to hide that from you, it's probably because there is some of that other verbiage thrown in there.
Have you seen how this impacts a dentist's career moving forward?
All too often, we have seen this, and an example that we saw not too long ago was one where the dentist was named in a lawsuit. The insurance carrier could settle the case for $50,000, make it go away. It was going to cost upwards of $70,000, maybe even more than that in just defense costs and expenses. As the insurance carrier, right, it makes sense to settle. You as the dentist don't want to do that because you didn't deviate from the standard of care. You care about your reputation, your community, and don't want this mark against you. So you say, I'd really like to be defended here. The insurance carrier then deemed that dentist unreasonable in that, and they settled the case on his behalf. So they had that one word thrown into their policy and in their contract, and that was instrumental in them settling the case for him.
Super helpful, Cam. I'm guessing if dentists out there are anything like me, I like to be in that driver's seat you mentioned. I don't want to be a passenger on somebody else's ride. Thanks so much.
Thanks.